What do you personally view as a scam that everyone accepts otherwise? Tell us what was your favorite story in the comments, and if you also have a story to share, leave it in the comments below. Let's get right into the video. Hotels charging for Wi-Fi. Also flights. You're telling me I can get free Wi-Fi from libraries, coffee shops, the dentist, and the bus, but I can't get Wi-Fi included with this $189 a night room? If I spend more than $2 I want free Wi-Fi. I stayed at a resort in Hawaii a few months back that charged an extra $14 per day for air conditioning. Edit. For people saying you don't need air, you do when you can't open windows. Edit number 2. For the request of the naming and shaming, it was the Kona Coast Resort in Kona. It was bought out by Wyndham in the last few years. It wasn't like this when we went previously, so not sure if it's just a Kona Coast thing or a Wyndham thing. 2 G Komen games coming out at once that are almost the exact same, or one coming out 1 year later with some added and modified content. Flamingos. They might be real birds, but just barely. They can fly. That makes them more bird than an ostrich or penguin. Be grateful ostriches don't fly. Nap. Be grateful emus don't fly. Pointy beaks. Second in the tall stakes and they've been in wars. Slight clarification on the last point. They won a war against Australia, and the Aussies were the ones who declared war on them. When mom says, if you tell the truth, I won't get mad, and extra large flashlights. As a teacher, it's really hard to not get mad after a kid tells me a wild thing that happened, and I promised they wouldn't get in trouble. Last year, a first grader peed in another kid's pocket on purpose, and he kept lying about it, but I just needed to know how a kid peed on him, so I told him he wasn't in trouble, but I needed the truth. Needing the truth has almost always backfired on me. Edit. Alright, my top comment is this story, so context. My student, we'll call him Jim, comes back from the bathroom and says a kid peed in his pocket. I ask him what happened. He says he was using the urinal and the kid came in and peed in his pocket. I'm really confused because this seems weird. I ask him a few times and he keeps with the same story. I ask him to find the kid who peed in his pocket. A kindergartner we'll call Harry. So I ask Harry what happened. Harry says he's using the urinal. Jim walks in, starts peeing in the same urinal and accidentally pees on Harry's hand. Harry decides to pee Jim's pocket, finishes up, doesn't wash his hands, and goes back to class like nothing happened. Once I got that story, I asked Jim to tell me the truth, because I just need to know what happened. Jim says that was the real story. No one was in the stall, he just felt like sharing, even though he's never done that before. It was a weird day. Wish.com. Crack pipes for only $1 though. $1 plus 5.99 shipping. You can just get them for $1 at the local gas station. I recently found out those rose gifts in glass at the register are actually crack pipes. Also, side note, I do not smoke crack. It was in one of those clickbait articles. Credit repair companies. I used to sell this shit. You pay $100 a month to send letters to credit companies to fight the debt. If they don't respond in X days, it goes off your credit. You can also dispute it if a name is barely spelled wrong or an address. You can do this 100% on your own and there are templates online you can print out. Organic produce. I grew up on an orchard, so I know that it's actually pretty easy to follow organic standards. Contrary to popular belief, organic does not mean no sprays, it just means that the sprays you used were on a very long list of approved sprays. In the US anyway. I can't speak for other countries, and then actually being able to use the term organic requires a very expensive certification process. So all that organic means is that big companies can charge higher prices for their produce. Edit. I've gotten a whole bunch of replies that I haven't had time to get to, so I'll put some things here. Organic does not necessarily taste better than other methods. What really makes a difference in flavor is whether the produce was picked green and shipped or picked ripe. Sometimes it is a placebo, since many people feel like buying organic is the right thing and assume that must make it taste better. I'm not going to claim that this happens for everyone, but I encourage people to look this up for themselves. There's a really interesting bit on that in the Penn and Teller video on this topic, and I really recommend giving that a watch. This dude posted a really good video below that also cites some reliable sources. Also, you probably can't taste the difference between different types of pesticides. Anything that you buy in a store is inspected, in the US at least, and you're not consuming very much spray. Most spray either dissipates quickly or is applied when there is no fruit. Workout/meal plan apps that you have to pay for. All of their workouts and meal recipes are Googleable and extremely generic. There's no FaceTime between you and the app people, so there's no individuality in it. I don't get how people fall for it at all. Edit. The fact that my comment got so much love just because of the word Googleable makes me really love Reddit. Googleable. The cost of data plans in Canada. I'm from Sweden and here I currently pay $15 for 8GB. I lived in Canada for the winter and they wanted $50 for like 3. I didn't have a phone plan. It would probably have been cheaper for you to get a roaming plan from Sweden. Change.org petitions. Would you like to donate/spread the word? Would you like to sign up for email notifications? Would you like to submit your own petition? Would you like to tell your friends? Would you like to visit our advertisers? Are you sure you wouldn't like to donate? High school rings. I don't know why people buy them. What do you use them for? Edit 1. Holy fuck, this blew up. Edit 2. The fact that a lot of people are arguing with me proves my point, that I view it as a scam while others don't. That's what the question was asking. Edit 3. For those who don't know what a class ring is, it's a ring that you can buy when you're going to graduate. Details vary from ring to ring, but it generally has the school's logo on it, can be customized a bit, and costs anywhere from $100 to $1,000 depending on the materials, what school you go to, etc. Edit 4. Some people are bringing up class rings that were handed down to them by their parents. You didn't buy the class ring, your parents did. And I still don't see the point in making something as silly as a class ring a family heirloom. Edit 5. Obligatory thanks for the gold, kind stranger. Edit 6. A lot of you are saying leather jackets are in a similar vein, and I kind of agree with that. The difference is, at least at my school, only athletes got leather jackets, so it was a mildly distinguishing factor. The shopping channel. They just get some common product, slap a few mouthy salesmen on it with an infomercial and sell it for 10x the price. They're just screwing over pre-internet senior citizens. Shopping channels are enjoyed so much by the elderly because many of them are unable to go out to a busy, chaotic shopping mall just to browse shelves once a week. Take that combined with being a couple generations older than the internet, and for many of them QVC is even more accessible than Amazon. I'm in it for a realty company. Trust me, some old-fashioned types just refuse to learn. The South Park about cash for gold was definition a real thing about real ripoffs, to be sure. But HSN/QVC's mere existence offer a benefit to many individuals who are no longer or who have never been able-bodied. My wife and I fucking love watching QVC. Just seeing the nonsense they sell on there is great. Never ordered anything, just here for the laughs. Inkjet printer cartridges. My printer cost a bit less than the replacement cartridges, and it came with ink when I bought it. It would be more cost effective if I bought a new printer every time the ink runs out. Probably not. Usually new printers do not come with standard capacity cartridges. Edit. Lysergid is the way to go for sure. Inkjet printers come with a starter cartridge in the box. That around 15% capacity of a standard printer, meaning around 50 to 100 pages. If you've made it to this part of the video, write in the comments, I eat grass for breakfast. If you're hearing this message, it means you're a true OG. Come part of the family by smashing that subscribe button. Now, let's continue. Susan B. Komen breast cancer awareness. Doesn't she sue everyone who uses pink in their cancer foundations? If by she, you mean Susan G. Komen. Komen is actually a woman who died of breast cancer and subsequently had the organization named after her. But yes, they have. The foundation has filed trademark opposition over several smaller charities, usually either from having a pink ribbon or the phrase for the cure. Unpaid internships. If you look at the actual laws, internships are supposed to be primarily focused on education. If the intern is doing work that is providing value to the company, they are supposed to be paid. It's just never enforced. There was a lawsuit some time ago about these two unpaid interns who worked on a movie, I want to say Black Swan. Not sure, who were working crazy hours. One of them allegedly overheard a boss saying that if they didn't have the interns they would have to hire someone to replace them, and it wasn't in budget. I don't remember the result of the lawsuit, but I remember this making major headlines. Transaction/processing fees. When you order a digital product online, such as a concert ticket, you pay $16 extra while you pay online and then have to print the ticket yourself. All fees are bullshit and are designed to either hide the price of the original product or are an excuse for a middleman to cash in. Our rental homes property management company moved to another state and sent out a ton of emails pushing everyone to start paying rent using their online portal. I got it all set up and then discovered that they were adding a $50 processing fee on top of the rent. $50? Nope. I'll keep on using snail mail to get that check delivered for the cost of a stamp. Thanks. Subscriptions like Xbox Live Gold, PlayStation Plus, etc. It feels odd to have to own a console plus monitor/TV, buy a game, have an already paid internet subscription, and then above that, before you can't even play the game. Not all of them. It's clearly stated which games you need a subscription for and which not. You need a paid subscription to your console's online service. They aren't too expensive, but it just feels a little odd. I do not own any consoles myself, nor am I trying to speak bad about console players. It just feels odd to me personally. As a guy who owns multiple consoles and has accepted this is now standard practice and pay for it, I still agree with you. The worst part is, not every game is multiplayer. I know, crazy, and most games don't have dedicated servers. So why the premium? I'm just glad that they decided to include the hardware to connect online, as well as ditching the add-on mentality. I liked Originals Box because it had an internal hard drive, 4 controller ports, and Ethernet port built in. PS2 you needed to buy an adapter for internet, adapter for 4-player, and memory cards. PS3 had everything built in, and free online service. Xbox 360 required purchase of a hard drive, originally, Wi-Fi adapter, though it had an Ethernet port, separate HD DVD drive, and then you had to pay to connect online too. So at least things have progressed to where they eliminated the add-on adapter philosophy. I'll take my wins where I can. Guys, that is all for the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe. Tell us what your favorite story was, and if you also have a story, leave it in the comments.